Something I find really silly is when Europeans spray paint tourists go home all over their cities and spray people with water guns because I see these Europeans come to New York as tourists and they act the exact same way. Just the other day, I saw some Dutch dude crash out on some fast food worker over some garbage. Like, totally unjustified, entitled behavior. And that's just one instance. Like, we just hosted the World Cup and have had visitors from all over the world, which personally I loved. Most of them are great and a pleasure to be around, but there was definitely some who weren't. That's just what happens when you live in a city that people visit. I'm not going to try to pretend that New Yorkers are super warm and welcoming towards tourists, but they are treated with basic respect, and you don't see American cities covered in this garbage. I saw a few of these while in Italy, and Americans would pass by, look at it, and just go, oh, these Europeans. But the main city you'll find this in is Barcelona. Like, they're pushing back hard, which is funny because tourism is the single biggest driver in that city's economy. It's like 13% of their GDP. In New York, it's like 4%. And losing that revenue would be devastating for both cities, but New York, not as much. Look, I do understand that Americans can be entitled and insufferable while traveling. I've seen it firsthand while in Europe, but I've also seen it firsthand here in New York. It doesn't matter where the tourists are from or where they're visiting, there's just going to be some good ones and there's going to be some bad ones. But at the same time, Barcelona in particular has been really struggling with just the insane amount of tourism. Like, their city's just not built for it, as well as many other European cities and towns. This all comes down to geography, history, and how the cities were built. These European cities, such as Barcelona, have a much smaller footprint than American cities, so the sheer amount of tourists is much more overwhelming. To them, it feels like their cities have been taken over, so I understand the pushback, I really do. In America, things are much more spread out, and the tourism is concentrated more in the tourist-heavy areas, but in Europe, it's gotten to the point where they literally can't accommodate it anymore. And I think in that instance, having some limitations is good. Like what they're doing in Venice by restricting day trippers, or in Barcelona by restricting Airbnb. At the end of the day, something has to be done because it's unsustainable for these cities. I just think that spraying people with water guns and defacing your beautiful city like this is just not the answer. It's not going to help anyone. I mean, if anything, I think it makes the issue worse. Just to be clear, this is my own personal thoughts and opinions. This is more of a rant. It's a very complex issue, and you should do your own research before going all in on one opinion or the other. And to my viewers in Europe, it's all love. I hope to come back soon, and thanks for watching.